Chloe in Paris.
Scrolling on my phone, my kids card, lying to myself.
Good morning. It is a new week. It is a new month. I actually cannot believe there is only September, October, November, December. I can't believe there is 4 months left of this year. It has gone crazily quick. I have just got back from Mykonos, which was incredible. I went for one of my girls who I've known since I was a baby. It was for her hen, and we had the most amazing time. To say the least, I came back a shell of a woman. I literally was so exhausted, but I'm in full swing of work, wellness, and just looking after myself, so I'm feeling good. I feel like when you do come back from a holiday or any travel or jet lag, which is exhausting, I feel like the best thing to do is just power through. So I have literally done that. I've gone to a PT session 7 AM this morning. I did it with my friend Izzy and her partner Angus, who trained us, which was fantastic. So I started this month and this week on a good page, which is fantastic. I'm picking up the camera because I feel like I've fallen back in love with vlogging. I've done a couple of autumn orders that I wanted to go through with you, as well as I've got some really lovely things going on this week. So yeah, I thought I'd just take you along with me for this week and we can have a little catch up. But first things first, I have a couple of things that I want to share with you, and that is my first DeMellier bag, which I'm so excited for. I have been lusting over these bags for such a long time. I always share these on my Instagram and my LTK page. If I'm styling an outfit and I want to recommend a bag, I always recommend a DeMellier. I've never had one. This is my first one. However, my friends have them, and I absolutely adore them. I think the design is so beautiful and timeless. The quality of them is just impeccable, and it is a very good price point. It's not a designer price point, it's quite like a midpoint price, which I think is quite reasonable for the quality of these bags. Of course, I am so in love with the chocolate brown trend, the suede trend. I think they are just going to be fantastic for autumn and winter. However, I wanted to pick up a bag which was going to be super transitional with all my outfits for this season, however as well be amazing for throughout the year. So I decided to go. It was a really hard decision, and I'm not going to say this is the only bag I'm going to get. I would love to get this in chocolate brown, black, suede, all the above, in the raffia as well. Oh my god, they have this in so many different textures and materials and colours. It is incredible. But I thought for my first bag, I thought this was an absolute beauty. This is the DeMellier London. This is the New York, and it is in the size medium. They come in a range of 4 different sizes. I'll leave it down below so you can have a look. But I just thought the medium was a really good size, a really perfect day-to-day bag, a work bag, or for traveling. It's in a really nice grain leather, and it's in an off-white colour. I'm just going to get so much use out of it. I've already got an amazing black day-to-day bag, and I felt like this was missing from my wardrobe, and I feel like it's going to be super useful and I'm going to gravitate to wear it all the time. I love the gold buckle, I love the handle strap. It does come with a shoulder strap as well, but I don't think I'll be really needing that, and I also like it's got buttons all the way along, so it's good for security. So yeah, very happy with that. I will say that this was very kindly gifted to me by DeMellier. However, I would never share anything with you that I would not recommend or not want to invest into myself. I definitely think I'm going to invest into this bag in a couple more colours. I just think the price point, the quality and the designs, like I said, are just so beautiful. Leave this down below. I just think it's such a beautiful bag. Okay, now we're going to go into H&M, which I'm so excited for, and I feel like I haven't done a successful H&M shop in quite a while. I think with H&M, do you know what they do best? They do best winter and autumn styling, and I have been browsing on there whilst I was away in Mykonos, and I just love that you can shop so many different brands on there now. So you've got H&M and Other Stories, COS, Arcare, all of my favourite brands. I feel like I've picked up a couple of pieces which I think are going to be perfect for this transitional season. We are still in summer. Summer doesn't end until the end of September, but it is getting a bit colder. We're starting to have autumn showers, so it is good to start investing into pieces which we can still utilize some of our summer wardrobe. These pieces are going to be really nice to transition into autumn winter. I felt like I had to stand up to show you these pieces, so I've actually hung them up and ironed them, so they're pretty much ready to go because I've been wanting to do a little bit of styling. So I'm going to start with outerwear pieces first. Like always, everything is going to be linked down below. Don't worry, there isn't a lot of pieces. I'm going to really quickly fire through them. I just think these pieces you might actually want to grab now before we do fall into proper autumn, because I feel like these pieces are going to be really lovely for this end of summer period where it's still quite warm and we can make the most of these pieces and having less layers. So I wanted to make sure that I've got jackets which are quite lightweight and really good for layering. So the first piece I picked up is this really lovely trench cape from H&M. I feel like this jacket is perfect for this time of year. I do love this transitional season where it's kind of end of summer, it's getting a little bit cooler, so we can start wearing some layers, and I feel like having a little bit more fun with our outfits. However, it can be a little bit tedious and annoying with the weather not making up its mind. For example, this week it's lovely and sunny, however throughout the days there's some rain showers, which is quite unfortunate and kind of annoying and makes it really hard to know what to wear. I wanted to find a jacket which was quite lightweight and good for layering for this type of weather, and I feel like I found the perfect one. I love this so much. This is it's actually a cape trench from H&M. It's quite affordable as well. I think it was around 40 to 50 pounds. I got it in my normal size, which is an extra small, and I just think it's super versatile. I think it's a really good piece for everyday wear. Like for instance, today I will leave a reel of me getting ready and showing you the outfit of the day, but just for day to day and layering, I feel like it's really lovely. Like I said, it's a cape, so it's got some good air vents, which I think is really good for this time of year, especially on the tube in London. It gets so hot. It's just a nice layer to have over your shoulders, but still quite summery, but perfect for the rainy weather. Next up is definitely a trending piece, but a trend that I can get on board with, and I think is a super timeless trend. There are some trends which have a shelf span. However, I feel like the chocolate suede trend is here to stay, and I absolutely love it. We did see this style of jacket last year, and we have seen it a lot and explode this year. I was able to get my hands on this H&M one. I will try and leave some similar down below if this one is unfortunately out of stock, but I am so glad I did because it's really affordable as well. The other ones are kind of like £100 upwards, which I think is amazing for the quality and the craftsmanship. However, I am very glad that I got my hands on a high street price point one. So it's in this kind of utility blazer style, and I did go up a size because I think it's a bit more flattering and a bit more cooler and chicer to go up a size in this style of outerwear. It just makes it look a little bit more effortless and less formal. But yeah, it's in this gorgeous chocolate suede brown, which I think is going to be perfect for this time of year and going into autumn and winter. One thing I will remind you if you're going to buy a suede jacket is to get some suede spray. Now I think it is still a little bit too warm for heavy layering, but I have slowly started to look into knitwear pieces, and I found this from H&M. I just thought it was so chic and so elegant. It's a turtleneck with some short sleeves, and I feel like this is going to be just the perfect top for this time of year, for every day, for work wear. It's still quite smart. I can see myself pairing this with some white trousers. I feel like this is just such a perfect staple top to have in your wardrobe for this time of year. Really amazing for day to day and for work wear. Very chic, very timeless, and you can still wear this going into autumn and winter, and is also of course amazing for layering as well. A pair of white tailored trousers is going to get you very far in this season. I picked up these ones from H&M. I feel like they are the perfect material for right now because they're quite lightweight, so I'm going to see myself really using these this time of year, but also as well into April and summer. They may be a little bit too light for winter, but for right now where it's still quite warm, I feel like these are perfect. We do want to move ourselves away from summer materials like linen, but still holding on to those summery lighter colour palettes is a really lovely way to still play around with your summer styling. And if I was a top, I feel like I would be this top. When this arrived, I kind of screamed. I was quite excited for this. It's just so beautiful. As you may know, I have this style of top in two colours, from two quite high-end brands, Sinead O'Keefe and another one, I can't remember the name of it, but I am so in love with them. I feel like they're just the perfect, comfortable, elevated tops. You can wear this in the day and at night time. I just love these so much, and I can see myself wearing this around the Christmas period as well. I just love this colour. It's so beautiful, and I feel like a really good elevated staple to have in your wardrobe. And as we are going into the colder months, unfortunately, I have picked up a couple of different pairs of trousers. I've picked up a pair of brown tailored trousers. I feel like these would work really well in my wardrobe, and something that I was missing because unfortunately I did ruin my last pair, which was from And Other Stories. I don't know if they're still available or not, but they were a bit too thick for this time of year, so I wanted to try a bit more of a thinner material, and these feel so comfortable. I'm really excited to give these a go. But I have so many chocolate brown pieces in my wardrobe. I love an outfit which is just one colour. I think it's the most easiest way to look so chic. And then last but not least, from the order, I picked up a pair of these really chic slingbacks. I feel like the sandal season is a little bit over now, and I found these and I absolutely love them. They're these really gorgeous white croc leather slingbacks, and I feel like the point just really elevates the outfit. These are some really chic flats which can be worn, of course, during the day but at night time as well, because I feel like the point just is really classy, as well as I needed a new pair of shoes to match my new bag. So like I said, I have Caroline and Holly coming over for dinner tonight, and the house is looking quite summery, and I'm in the mood for autumn. I'm gonna go to Waitrose to go and do a food shop. However, I'm hoping as well that I can try and get some things to make the house feel a little bit more cozier. So I'm thinking about maybe a bit more of an autumnal foliage, and maybe some herbs and stuff like that to put in the pots. I do have my beautiful tomato vines, but they're giving more of a summer feel than a winter feel, so I'm not really too sure what to do about them. I don't know if to get like a little greenhouse to go into the garden, just so they just have a permanent home and they're happy in there. So like I said, I have Holly and Caroline coming over for dinner. So for tonight's dinner, I'm thinking about, well, the thing is, I think I've shown this a couple of times, my roast chicken, but I actually haven't filmed it for a reel. So I'm going to do that tonight, as well as make it a little bit more autumnal. So I'm going to do it with roasted butternut squash. I want to do like a chicory salad. Chicory salad is a bit more of an autumnal feel to it, and I'm not too sure if to do like a different cheese as well. I'm gonna have a look when I get there. Maybe some figs might be quite nice, and some pistachios, kind of like those really lovely deep autumnal colour palettes. Those colours are really lovely for making it nice and cozy and autumnal. So that is what's on for tonight's dinner, as well as a lovely glass of red wine. I'm really fancying a glass of red, especially where it has got a little bit cooler now. It feels nice and cozy, and I love a glass of red. So I'm gonna go and do that, as well as I want to pick up a couple of things that are going to make the house feel a little bit more autumn. I don't want to jump fully into autumn, but just make it feel like we are about to enter a new season kind of style. I've pinned a couple of things on my Pinterest. I also share it on my TikTok as well. Even like styling the dining table with pears in the bowls, even some like really simple autumnal transitional styling, like instead of lemons in the fruit bowl, pears in the fruit bowl, maybe some darker herbs and foliage. That is the kind of vibe I am looking for. I have got a lot of lovely green tableware pieces which are perfect, like napkins and table placemats, so I feel like I'm good in that section. But yeah, I just want to style it a little bit more with some autumnal nature. But yeah, that is what I'm in the market for. So let's go and do the food shop. I have actually popped on the H&M trench coat. I just think it's such a good piece. I feel like it's just going to be super handy for these days when you're just running around and doing errands. It is literally just perfect. But anyway, I've got my sunglasses on, I've got my umbrella in my bag just in case, and I'm ready to go to Waitrose, the big Waitrose, I love a big supermarket, and do a shop for this evening. I am back from the supermarket, and it was quite a successful one. I got some beautiful flowers for my friend Caroline. I went to go for like a kind of autumnal foliage, but the lady was a bit funny in there. She was a bit, I I wouldn't say rude, but she was just very short and abrupt, and I felt like I was a problem. I don't know, she just made me feel really uncomfortable. But I really liked these kind of pinks and purples, and I wanted it to go with a bit more of a eucalyptus foliage, and she just wasn't having it. So I just bit the bullet and just went, okay. But they are still so beautiful. I love these flowers here, they're so stunning. So those are in water. I have prepped. I'm ready to start filming and cooking the dinner. I'm going for a roast chicken, a butternut squash, of course some lovely wine, and some really lovely Auburn lettuce, and I'm going to do like a feta beetroot salad.
One that's not so hard. I can get lost down that dangerous road. I am not dead.
Chicken's in now. I've just chopped up some butternut squash. I've done butternut squash with literally just olive oil, salt and pepper, and then later on I might drizzle some honey or some balsamic vinegar just to give it a little glaze. Table is set up. It looks so autumnal, it's gorgeous. One of the things that I did purchase from Waitrose was some pears. I feel like it's just an easy, quick, affordable touch of autumn in the kitchen, and I really like how it looks. So as you can see, I've gone for quite a green theme. Some of these pieces are quite old, but I'll try and link some similar. The bowl that the pears are in are from Marks and Spencer's, placemats and the cutlery is from Roundhouse. The wine glasses are from Zara Home. This gorgeous little jug is from Kimchi. This is from Dalesford, and this is from Roundhouse as well.
I do not know what they're really going through. There's a lot that I assume. Freedom I get from the work that I do.
Coming to you from Paris. I've just checked into a really lovely, beautiful, quirky hotel, which is really sweet. I actually can't remember the name of it. I will leave it down below. But I'm here in Paris with a fragrance brand called Alexandra J. I've actually never heard of them before, so I'm very delighted to be here with them in Paris in celebration of a new fragrance which is launching very soon, which I can tell you more about, and just to be introduced to and get to know the brand, which is really exciting. I'm here with my darling friend Chloe, so you will see her in a minute. We've just checked into our rooms and we've freshened up because we have had a whirlwind of morning travelling. It's just been quite chaotic, I'm not going to lie, due to the strikes in London which have just happened. It's just made everything very chaotic, but we made it here literally by the skin of our teeth. Like literally 5 minutes to go we were able to get on the Eurostar, so I haven't been able to / mentally been able to pick up the camera and talk to you guys because I just find traveling very overwhelming. So that was quite a lot for me, but we made it, we're here, and we have just had a coffee with everybody, and now Chloe and I are going to go out and explore. We are actually in the 5th, so that's the other side of the river. So I've been to like St. Louis, I really love those little islands, but I haven't been further, and we're kind of across. So between us and the 6th is a really gorgeous garden called Luxembourg Gardens, so we're gonna go and explore there because it looks really, really pretty. And I also want to go to Copains, which is a incredible gluten-free patisserie shop in Paris, which I just adore. If you saw my Paris vlog with Holly and Caroline, I literally couldn't believe my luck with how incredible this place was. So it's quite near, which is amazing. So we're gonna go to that, and then yeah, just have a wander. We're near a couple of really nice areas, so we have got a few hours, so I think we're gonna make the most of it. Just mooch around, do some exploring, enjoy our free time before literally, luckily, across the road is where the venue is for tonight, which is a lovely dinner, cocktails, and yeah. But anyway, I need to go downstairs and meet up with Chloe and head out for some coffee and croissants. And I'm starving because we haven't actually properly eaten today due to the travel disruption. Chloe in Paris.
I would say the peaches remind me of the Summer Turned Pretty.
Oh!
She's like dripping all
Do you want to do a cameo?
Yeah, me with my snot.
Yeah, Chloe's ill, by the way. Oh, look at this. We're exploring the new... Oh, this looks so
This is
sweet.
really cute.
I've been wanting to come back here for such a long time. It is the most chicest. That's really good.
Which one? This?
That, yeah.
Just chocolate?
Clothes trying the gluten-free.
My first reaction was, I can tell it's gluten-free. It's nice, but it's
not normal. We are in the gorgeous Luxembourg garden, which both Chloe and I have never been to, and it's actually quite nice to explore this area of Paris, and it's so beautiful, and I'd actually recommend. I actually feel like this actually might be my favourite spot now. It's so quiet, it just feels a bit more calmer, less touristic. It is so beautiful, and look at this garden. It's heaven. Staying hydrated with some champagne. A little courtyard. It's very sweet.
Wouldn't it be grand if I settled in to love my life? What I have.
Okay, I'm getting ready for this evening. I've popped on my favourite Sinead O'Keefe two-piece. It's just a two-piece that you cannot go wrong with, as well as I've been wanting to wear it again this summer. However, I've been on so many wedding trips and hen dos, you can't wear white, so I'm making the most of the end of the summer with this trip and utilising this top. I'm going to wear it so much as well in winter. It's just one of those good statement but really like simple tops. It's so beautiful. They do have it in other colours, but I just feel like you cannot go wrong with a classic white. I actually love to pair this with tailored trousers, some white jeans. I've got it on with the matching shorts because it is just such a gorgeous set altogether. I have just zhuzhed my makeup up. It's pretty much the makeup I wore today, just with some touches, and I'm just about to put on the fragrance for which I'm here for. So this is the Alexandra J, the Art Nouveau collection in Sweet Enigma. Can we firstly just appreciate how beautiful this packaging is? It's so luxurious. What a beautiful presentation. Look how stunning that is. I'm gonna pop it on because I feel like I have to for this night. It's a very sweet, kind of like honey sweet, not fruity, it's more like a honey musky sweet. It's quite nice. So yeah, this is the reason why I'm here this evening, is to celebrate this fragrance. So yeah, it was lovely. So yeah, that is my little outfit and fragrance of the evening.
Made foundations strong, build with brick instead of straw.
So we have a strong, extremely natural.
We're bad for each
and
other.
very, very, that is reinforcing the sweet test of
cherry bacon. Very sweet. Nice, I can smell it through all my
strawberry and pistachio together.
I have got myself a chamomile licorice lemongrass tea, and I am taking myself to bed. It was the loveliest evening and the loveliest day. A little stressful, I'm not gonna lie. It was quite intense. I struggle with travel anyway. I get quite anxious with it, and that was just a lot. So I'm so excited to go to bed. I always feel like, you know, when you go on holiday and you have a travel day, like I feel like travel days are like a write-off. Like you don't want to do anything, you want to chill, you want to have fun. Like personally, I don't like taking content or anything like that on a travel day, and yeah, so I feel very just not myself. So I'm very ready for tomorrow. So I'm gonna have my cup of tea, take my makeup off, and then I'm gonna be so much better in the morning. But I just want to say it was a really, really lovely evening, and the team was so lovely. They're so sweet, and we got to explore and experience more of Alexandra J. I fell in love with Butterfly, and I believe it was called Oriental, which is basically the original version of this, but this is kind of like a bit more of an elaborated, sweeter experience, to say the least. But yeah, the fragrances are so unique, they're so beautiful, and yeah, just the experience of this evening was just so lovely, and always very spoiled on these trips. So it's a really lovely start to the trip, and I have eaten so many sweet treats. I'm so in love. Like honestly, I had the babaka from Copains. I haven't eaten all day. I literally just had that and a yogurt. And then yeah, I had this like chocolate pistachio thing. It was delicious. So I'm very spoiled today, and then tomorrow we have a chocolate making course, which I cannot wait for. But anyway, I am going to love and leave you here because I am knackered. Remove my makeup. I think I'm gonna watch Summer I Turned Pretty, the one yesterday. I'm ready for tomorrow because I just need to like refresh my.
Well, this is a very lovely setup.
Good morning guys, it is the next day. Looking very fresh, very glammed to be sitting in a robe having my coffee and croissant in bed, but I've just been filming my makeup look. I am an early bird and when the sun rises, so do I. But I feel very productive, so now I'm just going to enjoy my coffee and my croissant in bed. I picked this up from Copains yesterday. I wanted to make sure that I had a delicious croissant in bed whilst I can just enjoy and utilise a stay in a beautiful hotel room. There's something about a hotel room and being on your own, it's just so romantic. So I'm gonna sit here, watch some YouTube for half an hour, do some posting, eat my croissant and coffee and enjoy this moment. I'm having a very lovely time. There's not a lot of times obviously I can enjoy a croissant, so when I can I will. And honestly, if you are gluten-free and come into Paris, please go to Copains. It's so delicious. Maybe people find odd, but I see the French do it all the time, and it's dipping a croissant into a coffee. I'm pretty much ready for today. I've just popped on quite a neutral outfit and I'm really obsessed with it. I've just popped on this Reese shirt which I've had for over a year, but it's still in stock, but it's still being continued because honestly the quality of it is amazing. And I don't know why I've not worn it yet. I don't know if last year I just wasn't in my shirt vibe, but I'm obsessed and I feel like you're going to see a lot of this. It's so comfortable and so chic. The quality of it is beautiful and I really love these cuffs, how bold they are. It does come in different colours. I always link the brown one because I have an old brown M silk shirt which I adore, but it's unavailable. But this one does come in chocolate brown and other colours, and I think these are really good shirts to have in your wardrobe for day to day, for work wear, for evenings. I feel like in the winter a really nice just black silk shirt is just going to go a long way for like date nights and when you don't know what to wear. I feel like they're just perfect. I'm really obsessed with that. My lip combo at the moment always keeps changing, but the one thing I always stick to is lip liner. I don't actually know what the colour is and I'll leave it on the screen and down below, but if you're like me, nude doesn't really work with my colouring. Darker like berry colours do. It just makes me look a bit more alive and healthy. And then I've just paired it with my Giorgio Armani. This is Prisma Glass in 07. It's really lovely. I haven't used any Giorgio Armani stuff for a while and I just forget how good it is. They have these like cream eyeshadows which are just incredible. And fragrance of choice, I am actually getting my lips re-blush with Tracy Giles, which I'm so excited for. A couple of years ago I actually got them done. If you don't know what lip blush is semi-permanent tattooing on your lips, and what I love about it and why I get it done, I also get my eyebrows done at Tracy Giles as well, I'll leave her down below, is it's just such a natural finish to your natural look. I'm very blessed with quite big plumpy lips, so I don't need lip filler. However, the line of my lips is quite blurred and I just love when it's defined, so I always gravitate to wearing, when I wear no makeup, just to put a tiny bit of lip liner on to define my lips, and that is where lip blush comes in so perfectly. I really loved my experience with lip blush. The outcome was just phenomenal and I couldn't recommend it enough. I will take you along on that journey next week, but yeah, I'm gonna get them topped up. I will say it has lasted really well as well. It's been 2 years. It's done really well. It's only recently I've gone, I would love a top up of that, so I'm really excited to get that done. Blazer is Source Unknown from last year. Really love it. It's got like a really nice cinched in waist effect, which I think is very chic. Fragrance of the day, and the reason why I'm here, is the Sweet Enigma by Alexandra J. It's quite sweet, I have like an ode to it. Do you know what it reminds me of? A cherry bakewell or like a marzipan. It's so lovely and just smells like a dessert's heaven. So I popped that on today as well. And then I've just got on, I'll show you my full outfit in a minute. I just need to finish packing and then head down to meet up with Chloe, to meet up with the team. But yeah, I'm having a lovely time and I really enjoyed my stay at this hotel. The bed was so comfortable. I'll leave it down below because it is a really lovely, it's a really lovely hotel and the staff are really nice. And also as well, the area is just heaven. I actually do want to, I might go down a little bit early and just go for a walk around because it's just so lovely around here. It's in 5th Avenue, which is a place that I don't really go to, like I said previously within this vlog, but I actually think I want to stay here more and explore this area more. I feel like it's just less touristic. Comparison to in London is kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like a Notting Hill, Chelsea vibe, maybe more Chelsea, or maybe it's like Islington. Like it's like a really lovely, beautiful, it feels like a bit more of a family residential area, but you've still got like a 10-minute walk to all the amazing shops, which is in, I think that's in Sixth, just past the Luxembourg Park. So it's a really good destination. So you can do a 15-minute walk to Luxembourg Park from here, and on the way is a really beautiful street which I'll leave down below, which I went up yesterday, and it's got some really lovely restaurants and little shops, coffee shops. It's just beautiful. And then after the Luxembourg Gardens is all the beautiful shops, like all the designer shops, and like the Ralph Lauren Cafe, the Ritz. Like it's just such a really lovely area. And then also as well, you're near St. Louis, which is a really beautiful island. If you didn't know, Paris has 2 little islands, and there's a restaurant there called St. Regis, which is just one of my favorite spots. It's like really like French, no one really knows about it. It's just very chic. So if you do want to go to St. Louis, I'd really recommend the St. Regis Cafe, because it's very sweet and they do the best wine and chips.
Wiser have learned to nourish their own. Life is not in the escape. Learning to embrace, happy or sad.
So we've just come down for lunch, and I believe a bit of wine tasting in this really lovely, kind of like a little hidden gem. And we're in a wine cellar, and we're going to do some Parisian charcuterie boards, so cheese and ham, and spend a couple of hours down here. Obviously Chloe and I are in our element. Oh, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Merci.
Anniversary actually in one morning.
Thank you.
Feelings will come. Doesn't matter what we have. Grounding is key. Finding a